You have deferred action for childhood arrivals. This is also known as DACA. It's set to expire and you're going to need to renew it. Here are 4 things that you need to know. The first, who is eligible to renew DACA? There are 3 basic eligibility requirements. The first is that you have DACA. If you don't already have DACA and you're applying for the first time, there's a separate process for that. Second, you have not traveled outside the United States since you got DACA, unless you traveled with advance parole. Third, since you got your DACA, you haven't had any trouble with the law or problems with immigration. If you got DACA and then you had a criminal issue or you got put in deportation proceedings, you may have an eligibility issue. Number 2, when it comes to the educational requirements for DACA renewal, dropouts are eligible. This one's a bit of a shocker, but when it comes to renewing DACA, USCIS is not asking for any proof that you've kept up with your education. So if you initially got DACA because you were in school, and then for whatever reason you weren't able to continue with school, you're still eligible to renew. Number 3, when should you file your application to renew your DACA status? The answer is 120 days to 150 days before your DACA or deferred action status expires. That's the sweet spot for when you need to renew it. It's a little bit tricky in terms of timing because if you file your application to renew your DACA too early, 150 days or more before, for example, USCIS could reject your entire application. On the other hand, you don't want to file too late because if you do that, your work permit could expire and you could begin to accrue what we call unlawful presence, and that is remaining in the United States without lawful permission to be here. Number 4, USCIS has come out with a new I-821D. That's the main form that's used for initial DACA requests and also DACA renewal. USCIS also has new instructions on this form, and it will no longer accept the old version of the I-821D. I hope this information is helpful. If you have questions about deferred action or how to renew your DACA status, please give me a call.